All right, we are live. Well, welcome everybody. I want to welcome TJ Tirado. I'm
Hey
Shiloh.
guys.
Thanks so much for joining us, you guys, today. TJ, I want to thank you so much for joining us today, taking some time to chat with us after the Auto Glass Week competition and share some of your thoughts and experiences.
Definitely, it's nice for you guys to do this because it always improves the industry. Anything I can help with, I'm always there.
TJ has not only was a finalist this year in the Auto Glass Olympics, but TJ, correct me if I'm wrong. TJ, give me the full stats because I don't want to get them incorrect, and I'm sure you've got them
Sure.
memorized as far as previous finalists and winning the Auto Glass Week competition.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've been competing since 2016, 17. I've won first place 2021 in Orlando. I've gotten third place twice, I think, and fourth and fifth a couple times. So it's a fun experience to do that.
Look, so we're
Definitely.
here today because we think it'll be a helpful resource to new and existing techs to hear your experience,
Hmm.
a little bit about your experience with the competition, but also your experience just in business and how you got into the industry. You have tons of knowledge to share. You're a great resource, as I mentioned, to for those of you who know TJ and have met him in person at the shows. Just like super great guy, always willing to share his thoughts and insights on things with anyone that's getting into the industry. So, just really appreciate your willingness and your attitude in that regard. And let's jump into these questions. So, as we mentioned, we're sitting down with TJ Tirado. TJ, mind telling us your business name and where you're from?
Sure. I'll start where I'm from. I was actually born in Venezuela, Caracas, Venezuela. I moved here very young. My dad's in oil and gas, and we now live in Texas, Houston, Texas. So I grew up here, uh, west side of Houston, to be more exact. The name of my company is Windshield Fitters, and I used to have a company called Rockchip USA. Uh, this year, I actually ended up joining both companies together, and it's just easier to do accounting that way. But I think I started very young. I was probably 20 years old, and I'm 38 now, and it's been very successful.
Well, first off, we want to give you a big congratulations on being a finalist again in the Auto Glass Week Windshield Repair Olympics or competition, and also winning the whole thing just a couple of years ago. Such an
Hmm.
awesome accomplishment, along with the other finalists this year. So really, really, that's got to feel great for you just to not only have won in the past, but then to continue to make the finals.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's nice to me. It's not just compete, but see your friends and your colleagues at the Auto Glass Week. It's a good source of knowledge and good thing. You can network with a lot of people all over the country and even the world. So you get competitors all over.
Yes.
So
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, TJ, and about your business. I mean, what are you into? What do you like to do? And tell us a little bit about your business too.
sure, yeah. I started this as a side business. I never thought I would still be doing it at this age, but the customers never stop coming. So I do a couple of different things. Not only I do windshield repair replacements. Replacement was actually a secondary thing I started on the side, and it got busy over time. I'm also a real estate agent here in Houston, Texas, and I do a little bit of day trading if I have time. So I do all those three things usually. The reason why I do that is because I can't work for anyone else. I've worked in the office industry, in the corporate world downtown, and I wasn't happy. The car industry attracted me more as a young, kid. I was like working on cars, fixing my own things, and that's kind of how I got into windshield repair. Was just my love for fixing cars and doing it myself, hands on. And one thing I want to mention, one thing I tell my guys when we're fixing rock chips, it's we're curing people's anxiety because that customer gets that anxiety when they get hit by a rock. The windshields are so expensive now that uh, they are really worried when that happens, and they call us immediately, and uh, that's what we do. We cure people's anxiety.
That's a really good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Being able to connect the service that you provide to the emotions that people feel
exactly.
is important. Um,
Yes, that is very important, I think.
yeah. Yeah. Because we all have those anxieties and those worries about different things that we face in life, and the hassles that we face to deal with repairs, whether it's something at your house or on your car.
Hmm.
So
Yep,
when you as a business owner can acknowledge that first off, I think, you know, and through the interaction, and then just sort of put somebody's mind at ease, um,
definitely.
it's it's going to be a memorable experience. So you told us a little bit about how you got into glass repair. Is there anything else to that story, as far as how
Sure.
you got into it, that you want to share?
Yeah, I actually started working for someone else that was already doing rock chip repair, and he just taught me for like 2 days, and then he put me out there, and pretty much I didn't feel comfortable when what I was doing. So what I did, I just started taking certifications and classes of how to improve myself. So I started looking into GlasWeld, Delta Kits, other companies to see who offered, uh, any classes, programs that I could take. So I started reading and taking every certification I could, and I think that improved uh, how I worked, how I took care of my customers.
Yeah, yeah. Certifications are a big deal. I'm glad you brought that up because it's one of the things that that we worked on over the last year or two. Back in 2018, we launched or 2015, I think we launched the first online certification course that was cloud based, and right, people could take it all over the world.
Mhm.
I think you've gone through that and gotten your certified
Yes.
diploma. And the new one we just launched this year. One of the things that I always try to hit on is like, having been in the industry a long time myself, and I'm sure you've seen this too, is that a lot of times the training that we get, the certification or training that we receive, whether it be in person or online, many times is like knowledge that was passed on from a previous generation. And sometimes it's passed on from techs that learned in the 70s or 80s or 90s. And there's value in that knowledge, but there's also preconceived ideas and techniques that get passed on that don't necessarily apply to our day. So, what we wanted to do with the new certification program that we launched was to tie it to automatic updates so that every year, all those certified techs that get into that new certified tech program that we launched back in September get automatic updates with an automatic test each year with like, here's the 5, 10 things we've learned this year about
Yeah.
chip repair, as especially as like, as you've noticed, windshields themselves are becoming so much more advanced. The technology for
Yeah.
repair is advancing, the techniques are advancing. And
Hmm.
so creating a certification program that could advance technicians automatically, was our goal. So how has certification been meaningful to you, would you say?
Uh, well, when I started, I didn't even know a little pick existed to do a star break. That little simple tool really changed my repair, uh, and time. It really helps, but it just expands my knowledge, and um, helps me uh, teach my guys how to do it, an easier, faster way, but to make sure that repair comes out correctly and make sure it doesn't fail. And because, like you mentioned, the windshields are so expensive nowadays with sensors, ADAS, calibrations, that I'd rather do a repair than a replacement. It's just cost effective and time savings, and it's just the way to go.
So, TJ, I know you've always been someone who's really open-minded to new techniques. As you mentioned, you've gotten certified and you've invested in certifications. But how has learning new techniques or being open to learning new techniques, helped benefit you?
It's benefited me by making me feel more confident in my repair and service to that customer. When I started, I was always worried. Oh, I don't know how I do this. What if I encounter this type of damage? And and I don't have that specific tool. So the training not only helped me with the knowledge of how to do it, but making sure I was using the right tools for that job. So it just made me feel way more confident of what I was doing, and that way I can provide a lifetime warranty because I knew my work was going to be done.
Yeah.
Uh, Really good, based on the certifications I took.
Especially as we enter in this sort of age of technology. I mean, you've seen the change, right? You were here
Yeah.
in the industry in 2015, 2016, and to where we are now, the technology that's in windshields, it's traumatic how much it's changed already.
Oh, definitely. And it's not going to stop changing. It's just going to start getting more expensive, and we're going to have more tech on the glass, and it's going to make that glass more expensive. So,
TJ, was there a turning point in your career? And if so, can you tell us a little bit about it?
yeah, actually, in 2016, I had no idea Auto Glass Week was a thing. Uh, Before I found out at the time, I was already getting bored. Hey, is this really something I want to do? And then I just was on YouTube watching Alfredo Calva, actually, on his YouTube channel. And I saw that he went to Auto Glass Week. I had no idea that was a thing. I thought I was just alone in the industry, just with working for the guy I was working with at the time, and that was it. And as soon as I found out about Auto Glass Week, met you, and I met everyone else from Delta Kids, GlasWeld, GT Tools, everybody. It made me want to push more and learn more, and see how far I can reach. And that's what pushed me to do this competition and win first place.
How long have you been working with GlasWeld products, TJ?
2016, actually. After I met you, I wanted to try out the new Zoom to see what the difference was. Before that, I was using Delta kits, and that just made the repair process, in my opinion, a lot quicker and easier. Uh, in my opinion, now I'm not going to say Delta kits is still a good tool, but I actually carry now both of them in my toolkit, depending on the type of damage. But just whatever makes my work easier is what I'm going to use.
So, TJ, what would you recommend for other technicians that are, in the industry or maybe in similar industries that are for techs that really want to grow in the industry? What would be your advice to them?
My advice is not to cut corners and don't be cheap.
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, if you spend money, invest in yourself and the tools that you use, uh, it's going to pay off in the end.
Anything else you want to share just about auto glass in general, glass repair, business tips, anything else to come to mind that you feel like would be meaningful for someone who's either looking at getting into it or is maybe a technician out there that you'd like to share with them?
Don't stop working hard. I thought that this business was never going to be my future job or anything after my age, and I feel like I'm very successful at it now, and I made a living out of it. So don't stop working hard, and everything you can learn, take every certification, and anything you do for yourself is going to improve your business.
Well, thanks, TJ. We really appreciate you taking some time to speak with us today. And I know this will be really helpful to a lot of people in the industry to hear your experience. We appreciate you and what you do and just the
Yeah.
attitude you bring to the industry and to helping other people. I know it's meant a lot to a lot of technicians that I know that have interacted with you one-on-one. And it's meant a lot to me over the years too. So we really appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, and thank you for thinking of me for this interview.
Yeah. If anyone has further questions, feel free to call us, chat us. We're always here to help. Follow us on Facebook, on social media. Stay in the loop on all the new things that are coming. As the one thing you'll find with GlasWeld is we never stop putting out new content and new tools and new accessories. All kinds of fun stuff coming very, very soon. New things that have come out recently. So it's definitely something you want to stay on top of. We're constantly pushing things forward. And we really appreciate you, TJ, joining us, and thanks for being such a good role model in our industry.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, thanks again. Hope everyone has an awesome awesome week ahead. And thank you again for tuning in for this interview with TJ Tirado. Thanks, guys.